Alright, good morning everyone. This is Mami She once again and welcome to the part 3 of our lesson about probability. So this time, we will going to study the permutation and combination of probability. So first, let's define ano nga ba si permutation. So when we say permutation, it is arranging the objects in order. Or pwede din natin sabihin ordering of a group of object. So, arranging, ordering, yan. So, those are the keywords kapag hinahanap natin si permutation. And it can be calculated by multiplying all the objects in a group down to 1. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So, let's say we have an example here. In how many ways can 6 persons be seated in a row? So in our example, seating of 6 people is simply a different ordering of the 6 people in a group. In this example, we will going to use the fundamental counting principle. So there are 6, so that is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or simply, we can write this one as the 6 factorial. So, in how many ways can 6 persons be seated in a row? Kapag multiply natin yan, or kapag kinuha natin yung 6 factorial, that is equal to 720. So, in other words, there are 720 ways can 6 persons be seated in a row. Alright, so let's have another example. So, in how many ways to arrange all the letters in the word math? So, dun sa word na math, how many letters do we have? There are 4 letters. So, to find how many ways to arrange all the letters in that word, simply we get the factorial of 4. So, factorial of 4, that is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and that is equal to 24. Okay, so let's have another example. So, let's have example number 3. How many ways can we arrange 2 of the 4 letters? And how it differs from our example number 4. How many different ways can we combine 2 in 4 letters? Alright, so if we were going to analyze yung example number 3, sabi niya, arrange 2 of the 4 letters. So we have here the word arrange, so that means that ordering does matter. So importante yung ordering. And in our example number 2, how many different ways can we combine 2 in 4 letters? So in our example number 2, ordering doesn't matter. So this is what we call the combination. So how is permutation differ from the combination? So let's have a simple illustration of our example here. So let's say yung 4 letters dito sa example natin, let's make it for example the A, B, C, and D. So, sabi dito, how many ways can we arrange 2 of the 4 letters? So, kung i-illustrate natin yung ating example, so, let's say we have A, B, C, D, pwede nating i-group yung letters into 2 sa A, B, A, C, A, D, and then we also have B, C, B, D, B, A, and then we also have C, D, C, B, C, A, and then D, A, D, B, and then D, C. So, those are the possible group na pwede nating makuha kapag we have A letters or we have 4 letters. So, ilan lahat yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so in our example number 3, our answer is 12. So how about in example number 4? How many different ways can we combine 2 in 4 letters? So in this example, ordering doesn't matter. So ibig sabihin, kapag may A, B na tayo dito, that is also equivalent to BA. So, hindi na siya makakount. Si AB na lang yung makakount kasi combination Pwede siyang AB or pwede siyang BA. So, same thing with our AC. Pag meron na tayong AC, si CA, hindi na rin siya makakount kasi kapareho na rin siya ni AC. Ganon din si AD. Pagka kinuha natin or binilang natin si AD, si DA, hindi na siya makakount. How about si BC? Pag kinuha natin yung combination na BC, hindi na kasama si CB. And kapag kinuha din natin si BD, hindi na kasama si DB. Si CD din, pag kinuha natin, hindi na pwedeng isama si DC. Kasi nga, combination yung kinukuha natin. So, in example number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is 6. In mathematics, we can actually calculate permutation by using our formula that is n factorial over n minus r factorial, wherein n represents the number in a certain group and r represents the number of items being chosen at a time. So in our example number 3, how many ways can we arrange 2 of the 4 letters? So ilan yung letters na sinabi dun sa problem natin nakasama? That is 4 letters. So therefore, that is 4 factorial over 4, that is n minus r. So ilan yung items natin na i-group daw sa ating problem? That is 2. So that is 4 minus 2 factorial. Or that is simply 4 factorial, 4 minus 2, that is 2 factorial. So to simplify, that is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 all over 2 factorial, that is 2 times 1. So we can simply cancel 2 times 1, 2 times 1. So ang natira na lang sa atin is 4 times 3, that is 12. Okay, so this is same as the answer here. Okay, so how about combination? So of course, kung meron tayong formula for the permutation, we have also the formula for the combination. Okay, so this time, let's use the formula for the combination. Kung kanina sa first question, yung formula na ginamit natin is for permutation, which is n factorial over n minus r factorial. This time naman sa combination, our formula is n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. So simply, kapag titignan nyo, this is permutation over r factorial. Okay, so let's try to answer. How many different ways can we combine 2 in 4 letters? In this problem number 4, we will going to use the formula for the combination. So, ito yan. Okay, so let's now apply our formula. So, the number involved in our problem is 4 letters. So, that is 4 factorial over n. So, that is 4 minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, so let's now simplify. That is 4 factorial over 4 minus 2, that is 2 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, so let's just simplify. We have 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over, so 2 factorial, that is 2 times 1, and then we have another 2 times 1. Okay, so let's just now cancel 2 times 1 and the 2 times 1. So we have here 4 times 3, that is 12, over 2 times 1 is 2, so that is equals to 6. So if you will notice, yung answer natin sa permutation is larger than the answer natin sa combination. Why? Kasi again, sa combination, yung order is doesn't matter. So kapag ka nakuha na natin, for example, si AB, hindi na natin pwedeng kunin si BA because they are counted as 1. Okay, so let's have another example. In how many ways can you arrange 3 books on a shelf from a group of 7? So in our example, what do you think? Is it a permutation or a combination? So, yung technique dito is to get the keyword. So, kapag nakita nyo yung word na arrange, that means that it is already a permutation. So, we will going to use the formula for the permutation. So, let's have the formula n factorial over n minus r factorial. So, ilan yung numbers natin that is included in our example? So that is in a group of 7. So 7 factorial all over 7 minus r. So we have here 3 books on a shelf. So the items that is involved here is 3 books. So 7 minus 3 factorial. So 7 factorial, 7 minus 3, that is 4 factorial. So to simplify our answer, that is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. So stop na tayo dito para hindi na tayo madami pang space na masakop. Kasi i-divide naman natin siya sa 4 factorial. So with that, we can now simply cancel 4 factorial, 4 factorial. So yung naiwan na lang, that's 7 times 6 times 5, that is equal to 210. So 210 is our answer. Paano naman kung yung problem, for example, how many ways can we arrange 3 books on a shelf? So baguhin natin yung example, ha, and let's analyze kung ano yung gagamitin nating formula. So let's say number 6 example, how many ways can we arrange? Write ko lang yung example. Okay, so how many ways can we arrange? I'm sorry, that is 3 books on a shelf. So ano yung pagkakaiba ng example natin? So in our example number 6, tinatanong lang dito how many ways we can arrange 3 books on a shelf. So walang specific number kung ano yung items na i-arrange natin. So ano yung gagamitin nating formula? So we will just going to apply the fundamental counting principles. So that is only 3 factorial. Katulad nung nabanggit natin kaganina. So that is equal to 3 times 2 times 1. So our answer is 3 times 2, that's 6 times 1, that is 6. Okay, so again, please take note the difference dun sa dalawa nating problem. So dito, meron tayong involved na number of a certain number in a group and also the number of items to be chosen. But here in example number 6, tinatanong lang how many ways we can arrange 3 books on a shelf. Okay, so paano natin gagamitin yung formula natin sa permutation? So that is n factorial. So that is 3 factorial over 3 minus 3 factorial. So 3 minus 3 factorial, that is 0 factorial. And 0 factorial is always equal to 1. So to simplify, that is 3 factorial over 1, or that is 3 times 2 times 1. That is equal to 6. So pareho lang siya. Okay, so let's have another example. How many ways or how many teams of 4 can be produced from a group of 12 students? So if we will going to analyze our problem number 7, ano yung gagamitin natin? Is it a permutation or a combination? Okay, so in this example, if you will notice, wala naman dun sa problem natin yung word na arrange or word na it should be in order. So, with this, ang gagamitin nating formula is the formula for the combination. So, our formula for the combination is simply n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. Okay. So, paano natin? Let's just rewrite. So, that is, yung n is a group of 12 students. And the number that we need to group is 4. I'm sorry. So, that is equal to 12 factorial over 12 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial. Okay, so to simplify, let's just simplify it first. So that is 12 factorial over 12 minus 4, that is 8 factorial times 4 factorial. Okay, so let's now simplify. 12 factorial, that is equal to 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8. So, let's stop na tayo dun sa 8 over 8 factorial. And then, yung 4 factorial, let's just simplify as 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. So, nag-stop na tayo sa 8 kasi meron naman tayong 8 factorial dito sa baba so that we can simply cancel it. Okay. So, here we have 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So, we can simply cancel 4 times 3 and then the 12. Okay. So, ang natira na lang dito is 2. So, 2 and 10. So, meron silang common factor na 2. So, pwede natin silang i-cancel. Then, yung 2 and yung 10 will become 5. Okay. So, wala na yung 1. So, ano na lang yung natira? That is 11 times 5 times 9. Okay. So, if you were going to compute 11 times 5 times 9 using our calculator, that is equal to 495. So, this is now our answer. Let's have another example. How many different ways can we arrange the letters in the word mathematics? So, let's analyze. Ano ba yung kailangan nating formula na gamitin dito? Yung formula ba ni permutation, ni combination, or simply the fundamental counting principles? So, wala naman siyang specific numbers kung ilan yung i-group natin dito sa mathematics or dito sa word na mathematics. So, simply, we will just going to use the fundamental counting principles. So, let's count how many letters are involved in our word mathematics. So, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Tama ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, that is simply 11 factorial. Correct? Okay. However, in our word mathematics, merong mga letters na naulit. So, si M, ilang beses siya naulit? 1, 2. So that is over 2 factorial. Si A may naulit din. That is 1, 2. So that is another 2 factorial. Si letter T may naulit din. So that is another 2 factorial. Ano pa? Si H ba meron? Wala. Si E, wala. Si I, si C, si S, wala. Alright, so to simplify our answer, 11 factorial, that is 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 over 2 factorial, 2 times 1 times 2 times 1. Okay, so let's just cancel the 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 times 2, that is 4. So let's just cancel 4. So ang natira is 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 3. So that is equal to... Okay, so using our calculator, that is equal to 4,989,600 ways. Okay, so let's try another one. How about if the word that we have is Mississippi? Okay, si Mississippi, how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is also 11. So that is 11 factorial over... Ilang beses na ulit si I? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 4 factorial. Ilang beses na ulit si S? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4 factorial times, ano pa yung naulit natin na letter C? Letter P. So that is 2. So times 2 factorial. Okay. So, to simplify our answer, that is 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. Okay. So, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa 4. And then we have 4 factorial times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Ito yan, yung 4 factorial. And then yung 2 factorial. So, that is 2 times 1. Okay. So, let's now cancel the 4 factorial and the 4 here. So, we have here 4 times 2. That's 8. So, let's just cancel the 4 and 2 and the 8 dun sa taas. And then we have 3 times 2 is 6. So, cancel na rin natin tong 3 times 2. That's 6. At yung 6 dun sa taas. So, wala nang natira. So, that is now 11 times 8. I'm sorry, 11 times 10 times 9 times 7 times 5. So, let's just write 11 times 10 times 9 times 7 times 5. Yan na lang yung natira. So, that is equals to, using our calculator, that is 34,650. So, this is now our final answer. Let's have another example. In how many ways can 5 persons be seated at a round table? So, in this example, yes, we will still going to use the fundamental counting principle, which is 5 factorial. However, we have here, sa our problem is at a round table. So, that is 5 minus 1 factorial. So, this time, meron tayong minus 1. Why? Kasi, doon sa ating 5 person involved, isa doon yung hindi natin pwedeng galawin because it will serve as the starting point doon sa round table. So, that is 5 minus 1. That is 4 factorial. So, that is simply 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That is equals to 24. Okay, sa mga magle-let exam, actually, we are allowed naman to use a calculator. So, it is just very important na i-analyze natin yung ating problem if it is a permutation or a combination formula yung gagamitin natin. So, again, if it is permutation, ang keyword natin sa mga problem natin is arrange or in order. So, pagka yun agad yung nakita natin, that is the permutation. I'll show you how to use calculator, by the way, to solve for the permutation and the combination. Alright, so let's just use our calculator. So, in our calculator, we have here the function for the permutation. This one is the permutation, and this one is for the combination. So, in our example, let's have our example 7 permutation, and then we have 3. So let's just key in number 7 and then shift and then the permutation, that's P, and then the number 3. So yan na po siya. And then let's just hit the equal sign. So that's 210. So ganun lang po siya. Pagka-combination, same process. So number first, and then the combination, and then yung items, and then equal sign. So, as simple as that. Alright, so thank you so much once again for watching my video. If you have further question, you can just leave a comment below, or pwede nyo po akong i-DM sa aking Facebook account. So, please don't forget to subscribe kung sa tingin nyo nakatulong tong video na to. At para sa mga magle-let exam, good luck po sa inyong lahat. This is Mami Shai once again. Have a great day, everyone.